Once treated, fat cells are gone for good.
Bye, fat cells!
So CoolSculpting is the #1 non-surgical body contouring device out on the market, and it uses a unique technology called cryolipolysis. Cryo meaning cold or freezing, and then lipolysis is the killing of the fat cells. So it basically freezes the fat cells during the treatment, and then about 2 to 3 days later, the fat cells will start dying off one by one, and they'll continue to do so over the course of the next 3 to 3.5 months. And then your body just naturally will process them out through your lymphatic system. CoolSculpting's been around for over 10 years now, and I've personally even seen with having it in our practice for over 6 years that they're constantly evolving. The science is always there, it's always the same, but they're always trying to figure out how to be better. And I think that's one thing that makes CoolSculpting unique compared to other body contouring devices out there on the market. I don't think anything else compares, to be honest. We've tried other modalities in our practice, and we just noticed that patients weren't as satisfied as they are with CoolSculpting. And here at Renaissance, we are able to offer you the most latest and greatest technology that CoolSculpting has to offer with the CoolSculpting Elite, and we're really excited. So an ideal candidate for CoolSculpting will be somebody who works out here and there or every day. They eat fairly healthy. They're somewhat within their ideal goal weight, but they just, no matter what they do, they still can't seem to get rid of these stubborn areas of fat. And no matter how much they work out or, you know, how many pounds they can drop on the scale, they still have these stubborn areas that they know are going to always bother them. And that's where CoolSculpting can come into play. So we've obviously established that CoolSculpting is non-surgical and no downtime. So with that being said, you can get the treatment done, you can leave here and do whatever you wish. However, there's going to be some little minor side effects to keep in mind when getting your treatment done. The most common ones would be swelling in the area that we treated, or even numbness. And that can typically last anywhere from a couple days to sometimes a few weeks. It really depends on what area we treated, how many areas, and how many applicators we applied to that area. The other side effects that can happen are bruising. So if you're someone who typically bruises no matter what, you know, you may have a little bruise here or there. So with that being said, I usually tell people if you have a big event coming up or you plan to be at the beach in a week or two, you know, just keep that in mind when booking your appointment and scheduling your treatment. So what we have found that works best with our practice is our patients doing at least 2 sessions of CoolSculpting. So that meaning they come in for their first session, and you know, they may do multiple areas that same day. However, about 6 weeks or so later, they'll come back in and do their next session. And usually that's what most people find really gives them that wow factor where they're really happy with their results. But, you know, every now and again, someone may want a third treatment or even to treat another area. So CoolTone is the latest innovative technology to tighten, tone, and strengthen your muscles. It's a great way to target the muscles that you can't always reach when you're exercising in the gym. It's FDA cleared to treat your abdomen, your thighs, and also the buttock region. And we brought it into our practice in addition to CoolSculpting to really help kind of enhance your CoolSculpting results. So say, you know, you get CoolSculpting to your abdomen, you get rid of that like top layer of fluff, as we like to call it. After, you know, you get rid of that, you can go in with the CoolTone and kind of tighten and tone your, you know, your abdomen muscles and make it look really nice for the summer.